good, collective? How is everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, y'all. I'm back with another reading. So what I have here, I have a couple energies on the pre-shuffle. It looks like someone is really starting to step into, um, I guess you would say, mastering flow state. Okay, they're learning how to flow. They're learning how to make decisions without the influence or opinions of other people. Okay, I have remote control here. All right, I have remote control, and it says rebirth. Okay, so somebody's going through a rebirth, taking the wheel of their life, taking the wheel of what direction they're headed towards, taking the wheel over what it is they want out of their life and what do they want out of, how they want to live, how they want to, explore. Okay, so this person, this individual, if it is you in the collective, take it how it reverberates. But this individual may have been dealing with individuals trying to um manipulate them to get them to do what someone else wanted them to do. Okay, friend, family, lover, we don't know yet. We're going to get into that. But this person is starting to really realize that they control their destiny, right? That they control their roads as to who can come and who can go, as to what direction they're going to take. We have focusing on now. Okay, so this person is learning mindfulness. Okay, someone in the collective is learning how to be present in the moment. And this is why I'm feeling like they're learning how to be in the flow of what it is they want to accomplish, need to accomplish, without the pressure of trying to manipulate desired outcomes, or without the pressure of someone else trying to manipulate their outcomes in their life. Okay, so we have Spirit Speaks. Okay. It says seek wisdom in prayer, but also as an open dialogue. Also have an open dialogue. So whoever this is, they're not only seeking direction from spirit, they're receiving their downloads that they need. They're receiving the information that they need from spirit. They may be spending a lot of time in prayer, a lot of time in meditation, but I feel like this person is also communicating to maybe someone around them that um it's almost like a conversation, like, you don't control me, or you don't tell me what it is I need to do or how I need to do things. I am going to do them the way that feels best for me, right? And I love that. I love that, and I feel like whoever this is, this person is stepping into their own. Okay, we have exploring. They're stepping into their own. It says explore the unknown and walk new paths together. So this person is definitely learning to let spirit lead them. Okay, learning to let their intuition, their divine feminine energy lead them. All right. So let's get into this a little bit. Okay, let's get into this a little bit. See what's going on. Clarify remote control for me, spirit. Mischief. Okay, so someone could have been in your life causing a lot of chaos. Okay, somebody could have been in your life causing and stirring up a lot of confusion. All right, someone is, setting their boundaries with maybe one person, two people, or three people in their lives. I mean, however many people. Okay, someone is learning how to really establish boundaries. Okay, establish boundaries. Now, like I said, they may have been dealing with individuals in their life stirring up and causing some sort of confusion. They may be in an isolation right now, spending time on their own. Okay, pulling away from mischievous people. All right, realizing maybe that there's some people in their life who may not have the best influence or may not have their best interests at heart, and they're also realizing that it is their responsibility to have their best interests at heart, right? First and foremost, before anybody else can be deemed responsible. Give me one more card on mischief. Speak up. Yeah, speak up. Okay. So this is what someone may be communicating in the collective. All right. It could be a lot of chatter, like the confusion may be coming through words, through communication. You know what I mean? May not be so much as like, um, people taking action against someone, but it may just be a lot of, you need to do this. You shouldn't have did that. You need to go this way. You don't need to go that way. What are you doing? You're doing it wrong. Do it this way. Do it that way. Right? A lot of bombardment towards the crown. Okay, someone may be having experience in the past, in their most recent past, but they're breaking away from the fold. They're breaking away from whatever group this is. They're breaking away from whatever individual this is, and they're learning how to stand on their own and speak up for themselves. Okay, speak up for themselves. Could be a little bit overstimulation, like too many people having too many opinions about what someone should do, should be, which way they should go. Okay? Clarify, focus on now. Distraction. Yeah. So someone's getting rid of distractions. Someone's getting rid of distractions, whether this is communication coming from other individuals, or whether this is communication coming from inner dialogue, inner self-talk. Whatever is distracting this individual, they are starting to really zero in on what they need to be mindful of, learning how to be present in the moment and gaining the necessary insight to to guide their path and guide their footsteps. Secrets revealed. So things are being revealed. There could be a betrayal here being revealed as well. So this mischief and this speak up could be gossip, could be rumors. Clarify distraction, please. Perspective. Yeah. They're gaining perspective on what it is that has been distracting them. Gaining a clear perspective on what it is that is distracting them. Clarify, spirit speaks. Brazen. Brazen. So, they're learning how to step into the boldness of what they are hearing spirit instruct them, what they're hearing from their spirit, right? What they're hearing from the spirit, what their spirit team is telling them, the most high source, whomever it is, this individual in the collective is receiving their spiritual guidance from, could be ancestors as well. Okay, but they're learning how to be a little bit bolder in what they're hearing, in the wisdom that they are receiving from the spirit right now. Okay, and maybe this is what they're speaking up about. Maybe they're now learning how to speak up on their behalf, as it relates to what steps they're taking or the way they're moving or the decisions that they're making. All right. Clarify, brazen. Good juju. I feel like spirit is informing someone in the collective to be bold in the direction that they are taking at this time. Whether this is, someone preparing to step into a new beginning, whether this is someone taking on a new endeavor, having new goals and setting new accomplishments that they want to achieve. I feel like spirit is really encouraging someone to trust the wisdom, trust what they are being guided to do, right? To step out boldly. This brazen card is also kind of giving me that fool card in the tarot deck, to take the leap of faith, because something is going to work out very well for this individual if they can keep their perspective and keep mindfulness of what's going on with them without the influence of other people and other chatter and other distractions. Okay, so someone really is in the collective, really taking their time to determine what it is they want and seeking spirit for direction as to how to accomplish it, and being bold in taking those necessary actions to accomplish that, because there's some good favor here. There's abundance here for someone. Okay. And I feel like this is what Spirit is telling someone, that the actions, the steps that you are taking is going to bring you the desired outcome that you want. We have radical rebirth here. So someone is definitely experiencing a radical rebirth, even though they still might be in a little bit of a storm. Okay. And this could be a storm that's kind of happening around them. Could be, within the home and who you live with. And it could be just a lot of chaos. Okay. So it may not even be your storm. If this reading reverberates with you thus far, it could be just a storm that you're having to kind of like something going on in the environment. But you are experiencing a radical rebirth, all right? You are experiencing a radical rebirth. Clarify exploring. Distance. Somebody's ready to absolutely move physically out of this environment, out of this chaos, possibly away from individuals who keep up a lot of mess. Okay? You could have already made that move. All right? Clarify distance. There is some separation that someone is creating between themselves and the chaos. Okay? They're creating distance between themselves and possibly individuals who maybe they're starting to realize is a distraction. Now, if this is not individuals, it could be certain vices or addictions or things that you've been taking pleasure in, that maybe there's been an overindulgence. Okay. And so separating yourself, letting those things go that are just there to distract you and keep you from having a clear perspective on the steps that you need to take next to move yourself into this new abundance, this radical rebirth and prosperity. Clarify distance. Exploring the unknown together, shame. And this is what they are separating themselves from. Anything that brings them shame, anybody that tries to shame them for the things that they are doing. I feel like with these two cards that also came out in the pre-shuffle, someone is trying to resist. Someone is trying to resist the direction that you're taking in your life. Someone's being, someone's trying to get in the way is what they're trying to do. They see you moving up. They see you moving towards your higher self. They see you evolving. They see you leveling up here. And they may be trying to resist you from being able to accomplish that. All right. So I feel like someone is exploring, life without shame and life without guilt, whether it is self-perceived shame and self-perceived guilt, or whether this is being projected towards you. Let's see what's going on. Wounded healer. Okay, at the bottom of that deck. Clarify, speak up, please, Spirit. Somebody's giving somebody a warning, or they need to, or they're about to. Somebody's giving somebody a warning. This is the speaking up. Possibly they're warning someone to get out of my way, is what I heard. Get out of my way. They may be revealing to someone or individuals that they are aware that they have not had their best interests at heart, that they haven't even been a good lover, a good friend, a good family member. Like, they haven't been supportive. They haven't been, they haven't shown love, right? And acceptance and good energy. Someone could be warning someone to stay out of my way because I'm heading towards my destiny and purpose. Okay? Now, if you haven't gave that warning, you could be moving into the energy where Spirit is going to allow you to speak up on your own behalf. Maybe you've, in the past been timid. Maybe that's what people expect from you. So they feel like they can pick on you. They can bully you. They can push you around. You'll go wherever they say go. You'll do whatever they say do. Okay? Because with the remote control, you finding your own autonomy, On the flip side of the remote control, it's about somebody else being in control of you. So someone is moving out of allowing people to control their thoughts, allowing people to control their liberty, their peace of mind, how they view themselves, their self love. Someone's stepping out of that and might be given a strong warning to back up. You know what I mean? Back up. Clarify perspective, spirit. Wrath. Now, whoever somebody has given this warning to has left an individual or individuals angry. Okay? They're not happy about it. Okay? They're not happy that they are being seen through. Okay, they're not happy that their mask has fallen. They're not happy that someone has decided to no longer allow them to be a distraction to them. They're not happy that someone in the collective is no longer distracted with whatever they have going on, with whatever this person has been trying to be very mischievous around them and just keep confusion going. Okay, keep confusion going. The fact that you in the collective, if this reverberates with you, has gained a better perspective on things has actually caused someone to be in this wrathful energy. It's causing a stirring. Okay, because I think they really hope to be able to keep you distracted long enough for you to forfeit this good juju, this good abundance, this prosperity. Clarify good juju. Two, maybe. Give me just one, please. Thank you. Giving and receiving. This is what you are stepping into: balance. Balance of the heart, which is what brings good energy and prosperity and abundance. Boldness, stepping into that prosperity and abundance. Justice as well. Okay, because this is Mayat. So somebody is stepping into balance for themselves, which is bringing justice to you for whatever these individuals or this is that has been projected towards you. This bullying, right? This could be spiritual bullying, could be physical bullying, could be mental, emotional, whatever the case may be. Could be all of the above. But there's balance being restored to someone because they're listening to their spirit. They're listening to the Holy Spirit. They're listening to the guidance that they have coming from the spiritual realms. And it is bringing them into this individuality, this place of abundance, right? Yeah, and it's moving them away from anything that's been projected towards them to try to hold them back or try to cloud their judgment or their perspective on themselves and their life. I love that. Yeah. Clarify shame. Ooh. Oh man, someone tried to shame someone in the collective because they're creative. Someone's trying to shame you for something that you create. Someone's trying to make you feel like what you are creating is not needed. It's not good. You ain't did nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Don't nobody want to, like, that ain't gonna go nowhere. That ain't gonna succeed. Somebody is trying to create this energy of shame, but someone in the collective is separating themselves and learning to no longer be ashamed. You know now that you are a creative individual and you can create the life that you want. That you want. Nobody has to agree with it. Nobody has to like it. Nobody has to take part in it. You can create the life that you want. With that 12, that is about stepping into your own authority, your own rulership, your own leadership, right? Like, this is a beautiful reading because someone's learning how to be comfortable in their own skin, in the skin that they're in. I want to get some more information on what this mischief is. Okay, we're gonna see what this is. I think I will use what's the tea. Let's see what this mischief is. These mischievous people or situations, you know. situations that possibly someone was taking part in that they shouldn't, they've learned now is just a distraction and they need to let it go. What is this, spirit? What is this mischief? Tell us about the mischief taking place that the collective is boldly moving out of and from around, and pushing it back the other way. What is this mischief? Fake smiles. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Them backstabbers. Yeah. Cyberbullying here. All right. So if you're a creative, if you're a content creator, and there's people in your comments trying to make you feel like, whatever you're creating, like, I mean, people just in the comments just doing this, wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, projecting negative energy. Okay, because we have cyberbullying here. If you sell products or services, if you have online store, if you're creating things like that, right? If you have an online business of any sort, maybe you do courses or lectures or just social media content, you know what I mean? You're really learning through the spirit and your spirit team to take the crookeds with the straights. Okay? And finding your own place in space and vibration and seeing the beauty in that, and knowing that you, whatever it is you're doing, whether it's online or not, right, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. You don't have to harbor any shame for what it is you are creating. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Running. So whoever these individuals are that have been smiling in your face and been fake as hell the whole time, you're moving away from them. You're running away from them. Mm-hmm. Tell us more about the mischief. Obsessive lover. Dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessive, karmic. Yeah, you're running away from obsessive love in general. Apply it how it needs to be, okay? Whether this is a lover, a friend, family, some sort of an audience at large, or just having to do with your work or whatever the case may be, right? You are running away from anything that appears to be or shows itself to be unhealthy for you. Learning what is healthy for you, okay? Anything that is presenting itself as karmic, okay? So this is about breaking karmic cycles, allowing situations and people to project energies or come plug into your energy, and whatever that was that you had going on in your energy field that was allowing people to take up space who didn't mean you well, you're cutting the cord and severing ties with that. Okay, tell us more. Yeah, because it's played out. Like, that's getting old. You're ready to break that cycle. You've already started breaking it by, really being clear as to what it is you want and what honors you and what it is you deserve. You're already moving out of that. Any arguments, physical fights, at war, competitions, and stuff like that. Yeah, that like you're moving away from the ideal, or people trying to drag you into participating in this kind of energy. Nah, nah, that's not even what we're doing. That's not even what we're doing, right? Because it don't mean shit, right? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't add to you anything but more karmic energy. whoever this is, someone in the collective is recognizing that, you know what, you want more for your life, and possibly the people that you've been kind of hanging with, allowing to be in your circle of influence. It may be that they haven't stepped into the energy of where they want to really create more for their own lives, right? So they may be a little complacent, they may be a little lethargic, they may be a little lazy. You know what I'm saying? They may just have their hands in a bunch of stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and you're trying to really establish a firm foundation of creating a life that you can be pleased with, right? That you can be proud of. No longer sitting idle with just a bunch of fake people doing a bunch of gossiping and lying and keeping up a commotion. You know what I'm saying? But actually doing something that will bring balance to my heart and my mind, and stepping boldly into the life I want to create without shame. Now, if you were a part of something at one time before, that could be the shame that you may have felt because you was a part of some nonsense. You had your hand in some nonsense, but you're learning that there's nothing to be ashamed of because it's all working for your good, right? It's all, when you are mindful of yourself, when you are tapping into being present in the moment and gaining insight that you need in the moment, then whatever happened and took place in your past and whatever the case may be, it's nothing to be ashamed about. That's what alchemy is. That's what it means to take the debased thing and elevate it to something higher, something that you can use, something that has purpose and is useful. Okay? Give us more energy, spirit. This cyberbullying is back out here. So yeah, someone could have, you could be, if you are online, you could be experiencing or had been experiencing some sort of cyberbullying. You know, what's this cyberbullying? Because that's the second time it came out here. Inside scoop. A closer look, nosy. Yeah, you got some stuff, some individuals possibly on your social media that all up in your business, worried about what you creating. All right, possibly in your comments trying to make you feel shame for what you creating. The question is, what are they creating? What good things are they bringing to their life and to the world, right? So I feel like you're really getting like to where it's like, you know what, in the comments, I can't make this up. I don't know why people feel like they have any relevance from the comment section when they are spewing out toxicity and negativity from the comment section, right? Certain people don't really care about the negativity in the comment section because they know that they have to take the crookeds with the straights. And if this is someone in the collective who this message is reverberating with, you may have had a little bit of sensitivity before when it comes to comments, and people being rude and disrespectful and irrelevant, and saying things that doesn't add any real value, any positivity, doesn't uplift anyone, doesn't show love back and forth between two souls, between two hearts. You may have been sensitive at one time, but I feel like with what you got going on conversation wise between you and your spirit team, you're learning how to grow thicker skin, because you're headed towards something that is going to be prosperous and abundant for you, both energetically and tangibly. Yeah. There's no shame in what you're creating, okay? So if you were feeling any shame about your social media channel, if there were people in your comments trying to shame you or make you feel a certain way, these may be people that you actually know personally that are hiding behind fake pages. Might be. But you're learning how to be unfazed. Or you've always been. Okay? Take it how it reverberates. You've always been. Is just I'm picking up the me versus me card in that other deck, right? So this boldness that you're stepping in, okay? Um this could have always been you. This could have always been you. Maybe you're stepping into another level of boldness, another level of, it is what it is. Okay? I'm going to create what feels true to me. I'm going to express myself the way it feels true to me, and those who connect with it. And those who don't ain't supposed to. You know what I mean? And it's really that simple. Give us more. So you're out here unfazed, but there is some people lurking in your comments, being nosy, you know, trying to figure out how it is you do what you do, what it is you do what you do. They can't figure it out, so they just start talking negativity. Mm-hmm. Start talking negativity because they're trying to enforce themselves into your energy field on and off the internet. They're trying to enforce themselves, right? Mm-hmm. Let's see. All right. What does the collective need to know going forward? I think you know you're on the right track. I think you know that you have something to offer. You know what I'm saying? Again, to those who connect with you and reverberate with your energy. I was slowly prepared for, because I used to have thin skin myself before the internet. Before the internet, very sensitive, to critique, sensitive to people judgments, judgmental comments, things like that. So I get that. It's just you got to take the crookeds with the straights. When you're a creative, that's just the way it go. You know what I'm saying? Not every painter, not every painter paints pictures that everybody in the whole world is going to like. I've seen some pictures and I don't be knowing what the hell that is. And I don't be knowing why would you even take your time to paint that, because it don't even look like nothing. But somebody could be standing right next to me and they can actually share, say, no, you got to look at the brush strokes, you got to look at the color tones. So with the color tones, this is what this painter is trying to convey. And so that's how it goes. We all have a different eye, we all connect differently. That's how creation goes. When you're creative and you are creating things, you have to just create from your heart what is true to you, and the people who are able to see it will see it. You understand what I'm saying? Not every song that somebody releases do we all like, but there's an audience for every artist. There is an audience for every artist. Okay? Not every book that is written is going to be read and enjoyed by everybody, you know? So as it relates to, maybe a social media content creator that may hear this message, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, because there are people that are very grateful for your presence. There are people that are very grateful for what it is you contribute to the world, whether you are in the music industry, whether you are, an author, whether you are a poet, whether you are a dancer, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you could create clothes or handbags and purses, or I don't know, hell, you could be a tarot card creator. You could create tarot cards and things like that. It doesn't matter. You're here in human form to express your soul's desire and to create from that space. You know, cyberbully. Well, what does the collective need to know going forward? This rebirth card is out here again. Yes. You're simply going through a rebirth, and somebody may actually be a musician. Okay? You're going through a rebirth. Mm-hmm. You're learning to keep it simple as you come out of that shadow. Walk away from shame, walk away from guilt, walk away from being overly sensitive. There's a squaring of the shoulders, a straightening of the back that's taking place for somebody. A newfound confidence. I love that. I love that. I'm glad I got my skin thicker before I got on here. I'm so glad I did. Rest after labor. Make sure you take your rest periods, okay? In between creating. Make sure you take your rest periods, okay? Birthing ain't easy, and rebirthing is even harder, okay? So make sure you take your rest periods. Tell us more. Communication. I was just about to say with this rest after labor card, I was hearing spirit say there's a lot of communication coming towards you while you're resting and while you sleep. All right, there's a lot of spiritual downloads that you're receiving that you need to receive, so make sure you maintain time, downtime, okay, to plug in via meditating, deep meditation, and or sleep, because there's a lot of communication as to what direction you need to take next and what it is you're creating. Look, there's a lot of communication as to what is ahead of you and how to be prepared for it. There's new ways to look at what it is you're creating. Somebody could actually be very gifted at receiving songs and melodies and lyrics while they're sleeping. Okay? So there's a lot of communication for someone in the collective during your rest period. So make sure you stay on top of, not going and going and going and going and going, but you really create a downtime. Sensuality. A lot of communication coming in. Okay, so this could be clairaudience, clairvoyance. A lot of clairs may be opening up to you. Yeah, with a lot of growth here. Okay, so someone is, you may be receiving communication about how to put up your boundaries or establish your boundaries. This could be through scheduling your time management, right? Not working on fumes, overloaded on coffee like I do sometimes. I like it. Right? It could be anything, okay? Make sure you trust what you hear as it relates to those boundaries that you have to keep up, all right? Staying out the comments sometimes is best. Waiting a day or two to visit the comment section on whatever it is you are posting is best. Just post it and let it go and walk away, right? And let it do what it do, and get you some rest, and then jump on the comments and see what's going on, and block and remove anybody that is sitting in your comment section lurking, you know trying to be relevant, okay, saying nothing at all right. I feel like also for some content creator that is on here, this is individuals that you do know personally, whether closely or by proximity, right? That are in your comments that are cause trying to cause mischief in your comment section to get you to get out of character, to get you to respond maybe in anger. Okay, they're trying to be a distraction to you and what it is you are creating, trying to make you feel like uh just to kind of go back and forth in the comment section, go back and forth with all the chatter, with all of the this and the that and da 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 da. Don't don't give them the bit, don't even, they're not really worth it, right? Continue to stay focused on what it is you are doing and you are growing, okay? Because I feel like someone has a clear vision for what it is they're creating, okay? a clear vision for what it is they're creating. Now, if this is actually not on the internet, even though we do have cyberbully out here, but if this is not on the internet and you are actually creating something like music or art or write or any expression like that, and you have individuals in your life who are communicating things to you subliminally, covertly, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to make you feel like you shouldn't be confident in what it is you're creating, the songs you're writing. Like they're trying to make you feel like, I don't know if that, you know, like just ignore them and stay focused, because I feel like they're trying to frustrate your purpose and your destiny that you are working towards, that you are being rebirthed into. Okay? You're working on what it is your dream is for your life, and have fun. Yeah, have fun. Have fun. Now that landed over here on the pile of the mischievous people. So if you in any way in any function in your creativity, if you allow people to get you out of character, so to speak, okay, because just because a person has a sweet disposition don't mean they won't split you to the white meat. So it's not really out of character. It's just they want to put you in your shadow aspect that you are walking out of, right? They want to set you back into that shadowy aspect of you that you don't mind, but you're balanced. You're balanced. Okay? So it's not like you're going to be easily triggered to go there. You'll go there when Mayat requires for you to go there. You'll go there when the Mayat in you needs to go there, because it's going to benefit yourself or somebody else. But you're not going to just go there because people over here bumping their gums on some bullshit. Like, nah, that's not what we're doing. But I feel like these individuals really get a kick out of trying to push buttons, okay? Trying to push buttons because they don't have anything that they have going on in their life that they can actually be proud of. They don't have the creative gift that you have to create. And if they have it, they haven't tapped into it. So is just, again, be very confident. Okay, be very confident in what you are creating and what you are bringing forth. Yeah, they just trying to get a little energy from you. It just fell over here again. They're just trying to get a little energy from you, but you're standing in your sovereignty. I love it. Yeah. Ooh, in your silence. Your silence. Listen, your silence, okay, with guidance and sovereignty. Your silence is not actually not saying anything, okay? And your silence is the key to what you've been guided to do, what you feel guided to do, what spirit is speaking to you to do. Not paying any attention or giving the any attention to these people over here who just want to try to frustrate you. You're not silent because you can't speak up. You're silent because some people just ain't worth the time, right? Consider the source sometimes with people. Like you gotta look at where it's coming from. You know what I mean? Like, is it really worth me stepping off of my sovereignty, right? Is it worth me kind of coming down here to frolic with the low lifes? I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Using your intuition. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're using your intuition to make judgments, to make decisions. And here it is, right here. You're a very balanced individual, whoever this is that reverberates with this message. You're a very balanced individual, very intuitive, okay? You have keen judgment. Mm. And that is your justice. Yeah. All right. I love that. That is your justice. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else, my love? No? All right. All right, collective, thank you so much for tapping into this message. If this is your first time stopping by this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please take a moment to subscribe and join the channel. To all of my returning soul family, soul tribe, you know your girl love you. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know how this reverberates with you. Hit that thumbs up button, okay? And if anybody needs a personal reading, please, the information is in the description to find out how to go about getting a personal reading for yourself, okay? Is there anything else I need to say? I think that's it. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one, all right? Peace, family.